A quick thing I'll say before the video starts. For those of you wondering, I am talking incredibly fast in this video. It wasn't an editing mistake and I didn't just screw something up while making the video. It is, for anyone who doesn't watch the channel, I do have a very bad stutter. Especially when I'm recording, I do stutter a hell of a lot. But if I speak very, very fast, I do not stutter almost at all a lot of the time, and I ramble when I'm passionate about things a lot. So I will talk. Unfortunately, I didn't realize how fast I was speaking until 2 hours of recording, and then I watched the video back. But yes, I do speak insanely fast at some points in this video. I apologize for that. It is simply just to ease the amount I stutter. I don't stutter a whole lot, as you can tell now, where I'm just rambling and I don't have a script. When I'm sat actually thinking about what I'm going to say, I do stutter a lot. I can sometimes get stuck on words for 30-40 seconds. If you check the channel, there is a short I made called something like trying to edit when you've got a stutter or trying to record with a stutter, where I show you guys just how many stutters I edit out of one sentence, and it is literally like 40 seconds of just getting stuck on one word. So yes, I can stutter a lot when I'm sitting actually thinking about it, but I just thought I'd get that out of the way first. I hope you guys enjoy my trophy collection, and also leave a comment down below on just your best platinum you've got and your worst platinum you've got. Just generally I'd like to talk to you guys about platinums a bit more. Enjoy the video. Hello everyone and welcome to a different style of video here on You Mad Bros. Now for those of you that watch the channel, I usually do Skyrim tutorials and Easter eggs and all that kind of stuff, but I thought I hit a very big milestone on PlayStation the other day. As you can see, I hit 10,000 trophies on PlayStation, which looked so clean when it was just perfect 10,000s. I have now earned one extra trophy, so now it's 10,001. And I have 122 platinums, so I thought I would just give you guys a tour of my trophy list, just show you my platinums, talk about the most difficult platinums I've got, the rarest trophies I have, and just generally walk you guys through just my general history of playing just stuff. Because normally you only see tutorials and stuff from me, so I thought I'd spice it up a little bit for if any of you want to get to know me a bit deeper, I can show you a bit of my trophy list. But yes, without further ado, let's get right on with this video. As you can see, my PlayStation name is Undead Dragon 33. If any of you would like to check me out on PlayStation and just keep up to date with what trophies and stuff I'm earning, I might occasionally talk about them on the channel. I have 10,001 trophies. It's actually 10,002, but there's a bug currently with the site I'm using called PSN Profiles where it's hiding one of my trophies, because when games have over 300, I think, trophies on them and you get one on that game, it will, for whatever reason, hide it on here and you won't be able to see it. But yes, I just hit 10,000 trophies. I did line up a platinum to be the 10,000th ping, which is beautiful. But yes, 122 platinums. And just generally, I am quite proud of this list. There's a little bit I'm not proud of, but I have spent the past couple of years really cultivating what I think is a really nice trophy list. So we're not going to look down the entire list. I will sort completion by platinum, and then sort the order by alphabetical, just so we can have a much more clean look through of my trophy list. To start off with my top 5 rarest trophies, I really don't like my top 5 rarest trophies. It doesn't really go off of completion percentage usually, it just goes off of like, it's weird. All my most difficult trophies are nowhere near my rarest. My rarest are just really easy trophies on indie games and not a lot of people trophy hunt on. This is a site mainly for trophy hunters, so all my Dark Souls platinums and stuff aren't even close to my rarest trophies, because Skulls of the Shogun and Surgeon Simulator aren't really trophy hunting style of games. People don't really go for trophies on them. So my rarest trophy of all time is just Taunt a General on Skulls of the Shogun, which I did in one of my first ever matches, like an hour into the game. And my 5th rarest trophy is literally just finish the campaign on Skulls of the Shogun. It's a really fun indie game, but it's about 3 hours long. I hate that this is my rarest trophy so much. These 2 Surgeon Simulator ones recently, it used to be 5 Skulls of the Shogun trophies as my 5 rarest trophies, but I recently got these 2 Surgeon Simulator trophies that I thought were really easy. They're just speedrunning 2 of the operations. I did them both first to second try. They're now 2 of my 5 rarest trophies. Bit annoying, not a whole lot I can do about it. But yes, going down alphabetically on my platinums. But first, let's quickly look at the milestones over here. It does say my 10,000th trophy was a random trophy on Naughty Bear. That is because this site is not counting one of my trophies. As I mentioned before, it's my 10,000th trophy was the platinum for Final Fantasy IV, but it didn't count that trophy on the site. So now, my 10,000th trophy is just a random bronze I got earlier today on Naughty Bear. But as you can see, the platinum for Final Fantasy IV was my platinum I got more recently. But yes, starting with A, we have Accounting Plus. I'll give a little 30-second or so review of each of the platinums, just what I enjoyed, what I didn't enjoy. Accounting Plus, really fun game. One of my favourite VR games of all time. It's just a really fun 2 hour long just meme of a game. And I got the platinum in literally like 2 sittings. It's really fun. You don't need to do anything special. Just beat the game and do a few wacky things. Albedo, the eyes from outer space. There's about 8 platinums on this list you're going to see that I really wish I could delete from the list, but I refuse to hide trophies. I unhide everything so you can fully see what I've platinumed. But me and my brother, a few years back, before I got really into trophy hunting, we did a competition on just who could get more platinums in 1 month. So we both just bought a load of shovelware, and I do have like 8 to 10 shovelware platinums on here that I really wish I could delete because they are such stains on my list. But yes, Albedo, I did it in like 1 sitting. It's a terrible game. It's just a really bad, I don't even want to describe it. It's just a fever dream of just a very poorly made game. My Assassin's Creed Platinums, I have Assassin's Creed 2, Black Flag, Mirage, Origins, and Valhalla. I like the Assassin's Creed franchise. I hate the way it's gone downhill over the years. I've not liked the past few Assassin's Creeds that have came out. Assassin's Creed 2, I quite liked. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood was my favorite. I can never decide if it is or not. My favorite Assassin's Creed is tied between Black Flag and Brotherhood. I like Brotherhood slightly more than 2 just because it was basically on par with 2. The only edge I give to Brotherhood was the multiplayer was really good, and you can kind of have your own assassin order, which I really liked, and you could like call them in and train them up. And if it wasn't for those 2 things, I would put Brotherhood and 2 on the same kind of like height. But Brotherhood I just about give the edge to. But Black Flag, I don't know who's plotting this in 50 hours. That is copium. These, by the way, I have a plugin installed which lets it show the rough difficulty rating and how long a platinum takes and how many playthroughs a platinum takes. 50 hours is a complete lie for Black Flag. The multiplayer trophies alone took me, I think, 45 hours. The servers now are dead. You will not find a full lobby on the game to save your life, but you can get 99% of the multiplayer trophies fully against bots in private lobbies, which I did, but doing that took me about 35 hours to hit max level of just monotonous, the same map, the same mode, killing bots, winning matches in like 4 minutes, reloading, going again, and it sucked so bad. And over half my platinum time was the multiplayer grind against bots. It only took about 30 hours to 100% all sequences and get all the collectibles in the main game, which I loved. Still probably the best pirate game we've had in general, which is still mad to think about considering it's an Assassin's Creed. They need to do more with the pirate genre, man. Mirage, hated, don't really want to talk about it. Origins, loved. This is my favourite of the kind of big open world Assassin's Creeds. And then Valhalla, I don't know why I got Valhalla, if I'm being honest. 100 hours is about apt. I think I got it in 123 hours. About 60 of that was probably collectible hunting, if I'm being honest. It's got 1,400 collectibles, if I recall. It's nonsensical. But yes, let's skip right on. My free Astrobot plats, 3 of my favourite platinums I've ever gotten. Astrobot Rescue Mission is still probably the most fun I've ever had with a platinum. It's probably the most clean platinum list. It's one of the only games I can think of where there wasn't even a minor annoyance in getting the platinum. All the challenge levels were fun. It's the most fun collectible hunting I've ever had in a video game since it's fully in VR. You could kind of hear where the hidden collectibles were, so you actually had to look around and get them all. And it's just basically the new Astrobot game but VR, and it was so good. The other 2 were obviously just Astrobot. It obviously won Game of the Year. I'm pretty sure Astrobot Rescue Mission won VR Game of the Year the year it came out as well, so very good platformers all around. Batman Arkham Asylum.
Officer Bowles.
About a year ago, I made a list of my kind of top 10 to 20 dream platinums, so a lot of my favourite games of all time have really difficult or just generally annoying platinums, and I was scared to go for most of them because I was scared it would kind of lower how much I liked the games, which I was scared with Arkham Asylum. I've played it about 8 times. Hate collectibles usually, so the Riddler trophies I always ignored. But I bit the bullet like a few months back. I bought the PS4 kind of like remaster of the game, and literally in 2 sittings, I platinumed Arkham Asylum. I did 1 full sitting getting all the collectibles and finishing the campaign, and then a second sitting just to beat it on hard mode. And I got the platinum trophy in legit basically 1 session. I did about 12 hours, had a nap, woke up, did another 12 hours, got the platinum. But it did not ruin the game for me at all. I'm so glad I got that out of the way, just so whenever I replay the game now, I don't have to worry about collectibles. Batman Telltale games, generally good. All the Telltale games I'll just kind of skim over because there's not really a whole lot to say. Ben 10 Power Trip. Wow, Ben 10 Power Trip is bad. So this was a bit more of an interesting story. I do a lot of trophy challenges with friends. I have quite a few friends who are into trophy hunting, and occasionally we'll make a little challenge for each other. This one was me and a friend would both pick a game for the other person to platinum. It had to be around 30 or fewer hours, so we couldn't give the other person like Elder Scrolls Online. And I think I picked Bloodstained Ritual of the Night for him, and he picked Ben 10 Power Trip for me. So I thought I was being nice, giving him an actual game, which was actually good. He gave me Ben 10 Power Trip, which is one of the most broken games I promise you will ever see on this planet. I'll probably put up a few clips on screen in just a moment, but the game, I'm playing the PS5 version as well. Like, it has a PS4 version, I'm playing the enhanced PS5 version. It does not function. I think I had close to 400, 500 freezes in the, 10 hours this took to platinum. It froze. In the mission in particular, I'll show the clip from now, it froze 40 times in literally 5 minutes. Every 2 seconds it was freezing for 5 or 6 seconds. Anytime you complete an objective in this game, it will 100% of the time freeze for 5 solid seconds. And there's a mission here where you've got to run through 30 rings, and every ring was freezing the game for 5 seconds at least. And then handing in the mission crashed my console. It was ridiculous. But yes, that was Ben 10 Power Trip. Blood and Truth, I'm so sad London Studio got shut down because this is one of the best VR games of all time. It was so good. Phenomenal soundtrack, great gunplay, really fun collectible hunting, a lot of good customization. You could spray paint your guns, you could dual wield, you could just fully mess around in this game. It was so good. Really solid platinum as well. One of my rarest platinums because not many people go for platinums in VR, but such a good game. Bloodborne, this, I don't know if you could see it on the milestones when I scrolled past it. My 100th platinum trophy was Bloodborne. I wanted to get a Souls platinum for the 100, but my 100th trophy was Bloodborne. I'm going to be a bit controversial here. I don't know who is saying 8 out of 10. I give Bloodborne maybe a 4. I think it's the easiest Souls game. I'm probably going to get flack for that in the comments. But you've got to understand, I'm coming at this from the perspective of Bloodborne was the last Souls game I played. I had already platinumed Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, Elden Ring, Demon Souls remake. So when I went into Bloodborne, I had already played all the other Souls games and rinsed all the other Souls games. So when I finally went into Bloodborne, I first tried 90% of the bosses in this game. In my entire platinum, that was going for all 3 endings, I think I had, the good ending, bad ending, and the one where you eat the cords. I died 17 times. DLCs included, I died 17 times in 3 playthroughs doing all endings. I did not find this very difficult at all. Bear in mind as well, I do not parry. I'm a Souls tank normally. I wear full heavy armor, so I have never parried in any of the Souls games, and I doubt I ever will. That's just not my playstyle. I did not parry in Bloodborne. I did not even fully realize the gun was meant for parrying when I first played it. I shot an enemy, was like, wow, the gun does 0 damage, so I just two-handed my axe for the entire playthrough, the one that extends. And I did not parry. I don't know why people say you have to. You really don't. On the second playthrough, when I learned from a friend the gun was meant to be parrying, then I was like, oh, I'll try that. And I chose not to use it because I fought one boss with it, thought, wow, this makes the game too easy. I literally got 5 nearly back-to-back parries. The clip, if I still have it on screen in a second, is my first ever attempt at parrying anything in Bloodborne. And after a couple of tries, I started getting nearly every parry, or at least I was parrying a couple times back-to-back on a few of the attacks, and it just makes it too easy. If you get the parry timing down, the parry timing doesn't change. Once you've learned the parry timing, no boss can really deal damage. But yes, I'll stop talking about Bloodborne. I got it in about 30 hours, 40 hours-ish. Died 17 times. Didn't really hate any area of Bloodborne. It's one of my least favourite Souls games. That's probably going to get some flack as well. My favourite thing about the Souls franchise is doing hundreds of wacky builds, which is most of the reason I play Souls games, just challenge runs with loads of different combinations. Bloodborne didn't have that. Still a great game, but just that's what I look for in Souls games, so Bloodborne for me has less replayability just purely for the less build variety kind of thing. But the world and music of Bloodborne is beautiful. Just everything about Bloodborne's good. It's just it doesn't have the one key thing I look for, if that makes sense. Borderlands, one of my top 5 franchises of all time. There's not much to really say here. I've got Borderlands 1 twice, 2 about to be twice, 3 twice, and I will one day do the pre-sequel on the PS3 as well. But one day I will have all Borderlands games twice. I'm currently only missing the PS3 version of 2, which I'm 1 trophy away from, and I may start the pre-sequel at some point, and then I will have like 10 Borderlands plats, just all these games several times. Bug Snacks. Launch week of the PS5 is my favourite just PlayStation memory I have. It was lockdown. I was living on my own for the first time. I moved away to go to university. I was staying in a one-person student accommodation. I was the only person there. And just, I had a week off of doing university work in between assignments right as this game launched. I mean, right as the console launched. So I bought the PS5, got like 10 of got the 10 or so exclusives at launch. I got Spider-Man, I got Demon Souls, I got Bugsnax, I got Godfall. Just got all those wonderful exclusives that came with the console. Astrobot's Playroom. Like, there were 6 or 7 really good exclusives at launch. Just probably my favourite PlayStation launch in general. Like, the PS4 launched with borderline nothing. Like, PS5 launched and was like, boom, I think there were 13 exclusives. I think 8 of them were timed, but 5 of them stayed exclusive. Like, you got Demon Souls, Astro's Playroom. But yeah, Bugsnax was one of the first PS5 experiences I had. Loved playing it. University, I had maybe 5 hours a week to play games, maybe. So that 1 week I had off where the PS5 launched, I was so deprived on just playing stuff that I just did 12 hours a day platinum hunting on the launch titles. I got, I think, Miles Morales in like 3 days. I got Bugsnax in like a couple of days. I got Astro's Playroom in 1 sitting, I believe. Just fantastic. Modern Warfare 2 is still my favourite Call of Duty, so the remaster came out and I wanted to get that. Not much to say about that. Castle Crashers, I did play with a friend, and it bugged. I didn't intend to bug it. It's just randomly midway through our first easy mode playthrough, it pinged the trophy for beating it on ultra hard. I don't know why, but that cut about 10 hours out of this platinum for me. So I finished the game normally on easy mode, and I got the platinum. I didn't try and bug it. It just broke. I don't know why it did it. It didn't do it for him, so he had to go do a whole hard playthrough, but or at least hard up until the point you get the trophy. But I got it. Cat Quest, I was a bit annoyed that I didn't really have too many C platinums that begin with the letter C, so I just wanted a nice little quick one just to kind of pad the letter C out a bit. I like trying to get a variety of platinums for each alphabet, each letter of the alphabet. So Cat Quest, I went for. It was just a nice short, got it in 2 days, nice fun game. Crisis of the Planets of the Apes VR, it was a fun VR game, but you've got to beat it on easy, medium, and hard, which sounds like, you know, your average trophy list, but for whatever reason, they mean beat it on easy, medium, and hard. You've got to beat it individually on easy, medium, and hard separately. It's like a 3 hour long game, 4 hour long game, but in VR, that's obviously usually a couple of sittings, because you can't really do it all in one go, because you get obviously a bit ill and it's hot a lot of the time in summer. So I did it all on numb mode first. Actually, my first playthrough was on hard because I saw the trophies and was like, this looks quite easy to platinum. I'll play it on hard and do that. Struggled through it, died like 30 times on the last boss, beat it on hard, and then platinum didn't ping. And then I googled the guide and it was like, you've got to do it on all 3. So I replayed the game slightly easier on normal, blitzed it because I'd already beat it on hard, and then downgraded again and had a miserable 1 hour just destroying the game on easy mode. And then there's another trophy for speed running the game in I think under an hour, which I got 50 minutes into, and then I found an out of the map on accident, but I couldn't get back out of the map, back into the map, and you can't load checkpoint or it voids the trophy, so I had to restart the game again. And then I got the platinum. I would give the platinum a 1 out of 10 just purely for the amount of unga bunga I had to do to get that platinum, but we got it. And then, if you saw my trophy cabinet earlier on, I have all the Dark Souls platinums. I got 1, 2, and 3. Probably also in my top 5 franchises of all time. I have so many hours on Dark Souls. Another controversial thing I'm about to say, 1 is my least favourite game in the Souls series, including all of them. I think it was my first one I played as well, so a lot of people say like your first one's your favourite. It is not here. I immediately understood when I played the other ones. 1 was incredible for the time it came out, but it has not aged super well for me. I love the first 10 hours up until you get to Quelaag, and then I pretty much dislike almost the rest of the game after that point. I love the Sith fight and bits like that, but the 4 kind of end areas you go to, I dislike all of them. I hate the Tomb of the Giants. Pinwheel's a terrible boss. You usually kill without even realizing it's a boss. The dark area sucks. You've got to grind out the low drop rate on the lantern if you want that lantern to be able to see down there. The boss run to Neo's terrible. Neo's just not a fun boss because of all the ads unless you just camp the door. 4 Kings is just 4 of the same enemy. There's the big stupid invisible floor that took me so long to figure out, and I had to Google it because it's just nonsense. I dislike the fire area. Do I need to say anything else? Bed of Chaos, Ceaseless Discharge, like Fire Sage is just the Asylum Demon reskin. They slapped a million Taurus demons in there, Capra demons everywhere. It sucks. Like the entire end half of that game sucks. Gwyn, favorite soundtrack in the Soul series. Do not have anything against Gwyn. Beautiful end area. Gwyn is fantastic. Anything kind of in between Ornstein and Smo and Gwyn, a terrible chunk of the game, which is unfortunately most of the game. But before and after that, solid 10 out of 10. That bit, solid like 3 out of 10. Whereas the other games have bad dips, but there's not a big bad chunk. 2 has a lot of bad things about it, but it's usually good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. It's not just one 20-hour bad chunk. It's usually like, that was a terrible boss. But then it'll be followed up with like, I'm trying to think of what my favourite boss in Dark Souls 2 is. Just, there's a lot of really good bosses in 2, but a lot of just forgettable ones. What would my favourite boss in 2 be? I don't actually know. I'll come back to that one at some point. I might make a vid of my opinion on the Soul series, to be fair. I'm trying to think. I like a lot of the bosses in 2 kind of around the same level. Like the Glass Knight's quite fun. I don't actually know who my favourite boss in 2 is. I'm drawing, actually, such a blanket. I don't know. But yeah, 3 is my favourite Souls game. It's definitely... 3 is definitely my favourite. Elden Ring, probably second. And then just the rest are just in an order, I'm not sure. But yes, I'll stop talking about this now because we're going to go on for a while. But yes, love the Souls games. I have them all platinumed. Dave the Diver, I only played this a few weeks back. A friend recommended this to me. I have a severe phobia of underwater. Not like I can be in a swimming pool. I love swimming pools and stuff like that. I have a phobia of kind of like the ocean and just being in the ocean and being underwater. So as a kid, for stuff like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I would get my brother to just do all the underwater scuba sections because you need them for the upgrade schematics. When I was playing through it this time, I put on Spotify, didn't hear any of the audio from the game, and just kind of tunnel visioned like the map at the bottom corner and just looked at that to know if I was near the collectibles I was looking for. I cannot tolerate underwater games, which is why this was such a surprise. I adore Dave the Diver so much. I played it 8 hours a day for a week, got the platinum. If it wasn't for 2 very bad trophies at the end, it would be a perfect platinum. There's just 2 very grindy trophies at the end. Finding a rare weapon that has like a 1% spawn chance, it took me 4 hours. And then there's these kind of like pets you've got to raise on an app on your phone that you've got to raise 5 for some reason, and they take 5 in-game days each, and you've got to raise 5, so that's a whole in-game month you've got to waste just raising these pets. Deer Simulator, shovelware, nothing really to say about it. It's a fun shovelware though. This was a really fun game. It's just, it happens to take like an hour to plan. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. I love Demon Slayer the anime. It's not my favourite anime. It's probably close to top 10. It's just generally if you just want good action but a ridiculously simple plot, it's your anime. It's got beautiful animation, beautiful music, beautiful choreography and fights. Plot may as well not be there, but it's beautiful. It's just as a fighting show if you just want to watch fights, which isn't usually my cup of tea. There's only a few anime like that I like, but I hadn't seen it in a few years, and I saw Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba in a sale, so I wanted to kind of refresh myself before the new season of Demon Slayer came out, and thought I might as well play the game for the refresher and get a platinum as well, and generally thought it was an okay game. It's not the best fighting game, but I had fun with it. Like, got some S ranks, got the platinum, very nice. Demon Souls, this was my first time ever playing Demon Souls, was the remake. Really enjoyed it. I did some 2-player with some friends. I beat the whole game in single player first, then did did some 2-player runs, did some screwing around, did a spell only run. Just had fun with the Demon Souls plot. Not great bosses in some bits, like the dragon is terrible. The multiplayer boss, I usually found AFK people, so I don't even know what that's like to even find like a good competent player. Usually they weren't swinging back. Overall, okay though. Dragon Age Inquisition was another recent plat. As you can see, it took 10 years because this was another platinum on my dream platinum list. It's my favorite Dragon Age game. That's probably also going to get a lot of hate as well. I love Inquisition. I have, I think, 300 hours on the game on PlayStation. It's one of my top 10 played games, surprisingly. But I hadn't played it in about 5 years. I just played the Veilguard and it got me in the mood to play Inquisition again. And then I was like, I'll finally bite the bullet. As you can see, 8 out of 10. You've got to beat it on Nightmare. You've got to do some missables. There's just some really annoying trophies like getting the Orlesian Court to max happiness rank with you or whatever. So I just played through with a really meticulous bullet point list I made of stuff I could miss. Got the platinum. Loved the game again. Just got so into the world and invested in the plot again. Loved it. Love Inquisition. So happy to finally have this game platinumed on my list. Dragon Quest Builders, a pointlessly long game. I think they could cut 15 hours out of this campaign and it would be even better. But I love this style of game. Building my base was really fun. Just generally just building and just messing around in this game. Just looking at people's creations on the online mode. Just really fun game. Really love it. Elden Ring, not much to say here. Again, 65 hours is probably how long it takes for one playthrough. I don't know why this is saying you can do it in one playthrough, considering you've got to get multiple endings. Actually, I think I know why it does. Sometimes the guides will use bugs in their tutorials, so I'm guessing this is if you make a cloud save before the ending, or like early enough on that you can just keep reloading and getting different saves. If that's the case, then yeah, you could technically get this in one cheese playthrough, but I did it normally. It took me like 180 hours. I wasn't going for the plat the entire time. I was just enjoying Elden Ring, and occasionally I'd get like a trophy on a run. Got the plat quite organically, I think on like New Game Plus 6. I got the final few items to get the platinum. Very fun. And then I just got Elden Ring Night Rain. Absolutely adore Night Rain. I do not get all the hate it's getting. The only way I see people not liking Night Rain is if you don't have friends to play it with and you're playing with the randoms, because I've had a few matches with randoms and it is terrible. I would have hated the game if I didn't have friends. Luckily, I have 3 friends who are huge Souls addicts and also have all the Souls Platinums like me. So we were forming full parties. Every single time I was on, there was 99% of the time, 2 of them on. Just also doing it. It was very easy. 9.5 is only valid if you're using randoms. I would give this like a 3 if you're playing with friends. We first tried, or second tried, a good chunk of the Night Lords. We accidentally got the trophy for winning 5 back-to-back runs. We did that probably several times across the whole Platinum journey. I think our longest win streak was 12 runs. Like, it's not difficult if your whole party are Souls veterans that have platinumed all the games and platinumed Elden Ring, especially since a lot of the bosses are just Elden Rings from Elden Ring. But yes, fantastic game. The only downside to it is you've got to get all the random events to spawn, which at the time of me getting it, there was no manual way of doing that. And I was on 98% completion. The only one bronze I needed was seeing the one event that hadn't spawned for me yet in the entire time going for the platinum. And it took 9 straight hours of just doing runs hoping this random event spawned. Luckily, on the very last run of the night, 9 hours into a session at like 4 in the morning, the event spawned and we could go bed. I got the platinum trophy. My friend had already had it for like 2 days at that point. He was just helping me get it at that point. Because he got it in like, he had one solo match while he was waiting for me to hop on. And he got it and just, I didn't get it. And I had to do that dumb grind. Fallout 4 I quite like. I enjoy Fallout 4. It's just a good, solid, I enjoy it. I enjoy it for the gameplay. The plot is pretty bad. But I just love the gameplay of Fallout 4. I platinumed it twice. I did the PS4 version and the very broken PS5 port they did. Usually with Bethesda games, for some reason, the newer the version, the worse the version, or at least that's my experience. Skyrim, the PS5 version, was broken at launch. You couldn't even do some quests. They had to eventually patch it to fix it. The Wabberjack mission would crash your game if you even tried to get the Wabberjack. And it was like that for weeks until they eventually fixed it with a patch. Fallout 4 was very similar. I had so many times it would just delete save files, or just my gun would never reload again and it would kind of fall apart and I just wouldn't be able to fire. Sometimes I would just die just bumping into random objects around the map, or I'd just enter a room and just keep dropping dead, and I had to keep loading up old saves, and God, it was terrible. But I got the platinum again once they patched it, at least with a few bug fixes. Fallout Shelter, just on and off, played that for 2 months. Booted up for like 2 minutes every night, just for 2 months, and then eventually got the plat. Nice fun plat. Love the Far Cry series, or at least I used to love the Far Cry series. You're going to see that as a theme on this list. Most series, I feel like, have gone really downhill over the years and gotten worse. Far Cry 3 is my favourite Far Cry. Far Cry 4, I like slightly less than 3, but still love it. Far Cry 5, I wasn't a huge fan of, but it was okay. Far Cry 6, the actor for the bad guy in it was the only reason I really even played it. I love that actor. But gameplay wise, it was pretty bad. Just a lot of clunk. They took out the healing animations, which was stupid. Like, that was such a good thing. They took out so much good stuff. But yes, I like Far Cry. I don't think I'll get 6. I'm quite happy with 3, 4, and 5 being my only Far Cry plans. And now we get to the meat and potatoes of the list. I've never said that phrase in my life, and I will never say that phrase again. But for those of you... I was about to say for those of you that don't know, but none of you are going to know. But yes, for all of you that don't know, which is all of you, me and my friend from university are doing a trophy competition. As I mentioned before, we like to do challenges where we both pick a franchise that has at least 15 to 20 platinums in it, and we're seeing who can get the most platinums in one particular franchise. He chose Resident Evil, I've chose Final Fantasy, and he was about 4 platinums ahead when we started this competition. I've slowly whittled it down now to where, for the first time ever, as of literally like a week ago, we are now even for the first time in the competition's history. We both have, I think, 8 or 9 platinums in our respective series. He has 1 to 8 of the Resident Evils and I think Revelations. I have Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 Remake, 8, 15, and the terrible Pocket Edition 15, and then Final Fantasy 16. It's probably my new favourite franchise of all time. I only got into it in 2024 when I played 16. That got me really into the Final Fantasy franchise, and as you can see, I have destroyed the Final Fantasy franchise. It is a phenomenal franchise. It's probably my new favourite franchise of all time. I'm currently just slowly working my way through all the pixel art games. I'll keep binging them and then taking like a year or so break from the pixel art games since they're all kind of the same. And then I will come back and do it again. So I did 1, 2 back to back, took like a year or so break, and I've just done 3 and 4 within like a month. But yes, love the franchise. For any of you wondering, this is probably going to get flack as well, as you'll be hearing me say a lot on this list. The best Final Fantasy game, in my opinion, is 16, and it's not even close. I think 16 does not get enough rep. Everyone always says original 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. No one really says 16. I've seen a few stragglers out there who've said it. I honestly don't know why. It's just, when I compare any one aspect of 16, it's just... I don't even put it, when I'm ranking Final Fantasies, I don't even put 16 in the same league. It's just so much better, in my opinion. My least favourite thing in the whole franchise is the mini games, like Chocobo Racing, like Duck Hunt mini games, going to the gym in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't think Cloud would stop his journey to stop Sephiroth to do some squats at the gym. It just doesn't really make sense. Like, the honeybee dance scene was funny, but it's just, I don't like the really out-of-place, wacky minigames you do. Rebirth, for how amazing the plot is and the graphics and the combat, it was so many minigames. The Golden Saucer is like 20 minigames in one. Directly after the Golden Saucer, you do a whole chapter of like 4 different minigames, races, more card games, more stuff. The card game, I like the card games. Aside from that, though, I just hate minigames. I'm not a fan of when a game completely just breaks the formula of what they were doing in the game to just do minigames. It feels like padding. And Final Fantasy does that a lot. It'll be a really serious scene, but it'll randomly turn to a quick time event or a minigame. Like in Crisis Core, I remember there was a section of Crisis Core for the PSP, I think it was for the PSP, where there was an artillery strike firing at Zack, and then it was a cool cutscene of all the missiles launching towards Zack. But then in gameplay, when it cut back to gameplay, it was a minigame where it turned into kind of a side-scroller, and you had to kind of time the button presses to deflect the missiles back, and I was like, why is this a minigame? And there's so many serious scenes in the franchise which just make you do like a quick time event or a minigame. In Final Fantasy Rebirth, you have to go up to a platform that's really high up, and it was like a race through rings in like time trial minigame. Even though time was not of the essence here, there was no reason for it to be a time trial. They just keep cramming minigames in there for no reason. But yeah, 16 is not only my favorite Final Fantasy, it's my favorite game of all time. If you want to know more why, I'll discuss it in the comments. But 16 is the only time I can even think of where I've full tear down cheek cried at a game, which it made me do a few times. And I've been watery eyed at plenty of games. This is the first one though to make tears actually leave the eyes and go down my cheek. And it was a masterclass. My favorite game before that was Skyrim, which held its spot for 13 straight years. I never even thought it would get beat because I'd done so many hundreds of playthroughs. As you can see on the channel, I'm making Skyrim content still. And I never thought it would get beat. This game made me realize Skyrim it was not indomitable as my favorite game. Ghost of Tsushima. Do I need to say more? It's a beautiful game. This really annoys me. I viscerally hate auto pops. I think auto popping a platinum is worse than shovelware, because at least with shovelware you had to pay money and do something for the platinum, even if it was easy. Auto popping, you're just downloading a free port of the game usually, and it auto pings the platinum. I did not want to auto pop this. When they launched the DLC for Tsushima, I hadn't played it in a while, and I wanted to download the new PS5 version and try the DLC out, because I hadn't played the game in like a year. And then I downloaded the game and booted it up, and the platinum pinged. I did not think it would just give me all the trophies. I just wanted to go into the DLC and then do a full replay through of the whole game. I just wanted to quickly get the DLC out of the way because I was so eager to try it. And then I loaded into my save. It pinged all but one trophy, which I think the one trophy it didn't auto pop was take a picture in photo mode, which I like to do in that game anyway. So 10 minutes into the DLC, I saw a pretty area and took a picture in photo mode, and the platinum pinged. And yeah, I'm very annoyed that pinged, but aside from that, I really loved getting all the foxes. I loved doing all the hot springs and hearing Jin's little inner monologue and what he's currently thinking about the story. Beautiful game, beautiful game. Ghostwire Tokyo, pretty meh game. Gameplay-wise, 10 out of 10. Combat feels really good. Haptic and adaptive triggers were so nice. Still one of the few games which really shows that it's not a gimmick if you do it right. Haptic and adaptive triggers all felt really clunky and really nice, just really crunchy, you know. But unfortunately, it has like 400 collectibles, so about 10-15 hours of your platinum is going to be collectibles. The campaign itself is about 2 hours long, maybe. I think I finished it in one sitting in like 4 hours, but I was trying to go slow because I realized how many story-related trophies were pinging, and I realized I was getting close to the end. It's just not good. You're the only character in the world, so you just literally don't interact with anyone. The only time you ever hear anyone else speaks through like recordings and journal entries. Pretty bad, but I got the plot. I can't even remember why I got the plot. I think I just hadn't planned anything in a while. God of War, don't really need to see anything here. I'm not a big fan of the old God of War games because I just don't really like hack and slash that much. I love the plot of the old games. I've seen playthroughs of them all, and I really love the lore of God of War. I just don't like the gameplay that much, apart from the boss fights. But yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of hack and slash. I've beat 1 and like half of 3, and then I've seen all the other ones all the way through. I've watched like a lot of like videos on YouTube and stuff. But this was much more my kind of combat, the more kind of like skill kind of almost. You know that you've got more parries, you've got more like you can do like the build varieties, you've got skill trees. I like more RPG kind of formula. That's just a personal taste. I can totally see why people like the old ones if you like that style of combat. But yes, this got me into the God of War franchise. I did not like God of War when this game came out. I only bought it because I saw the reviews were good, and I was like, maybe I'll finally like this one. The millisecond I was up like 400 feet into the air, I was hooked, and I played both of these games like 4 times through to completion, and they are fantastic. Hades was another one of those games I bought just purely off the street cred. I knew nothing about it. Don't know why I said street cred. I keep cracking out phrases I've not said before. Hades, a friend in the house share I was in was saying he was also going to buy Hades, and I was like, sure, I'll probably grab it as well, and then we can talk about it as we play through it. And then I loved it. Again, I don't know who's getting this in 50 hours. I think it took me 100 exact. I remember the platinum pinged and I checked, and I was on like 100 hours and like 20 seconds, and it was like a beautiful round number. Loved the game. I beat the game with all skulls on. I absolutely rinsed this game, did so many wacky builds, tried all the gear like 100 times each. I think I've heard every line of possible dialogue in that game. I went on a 50 escape streak where I did 50 runs of like completing the roguelike back to back without being defeated. Love the game, just beautiful game. Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West. I like Zero Dawn a lot more than Forbidden West, but they're both good games. I just didn't really like the story of Forbidden West that much. I didn't think it was a great continuation. Gameplay-wise, I think they have done a lot better in Forbidden West, but plot-wise, I like Zero Dawn more. Generally, really good games, like the DLC. Have not played the Forbidden West DLC yet. I do plan on doing so soon. But love the games. Not really a whole lot else to say about that. Infamous Second Son and First Light. This was a similar situation to God of War. Wasn't a fan of the Infamouses on the PS3 from what I remember. I will try and play them again at some point. Second Son came out. It looked like it was kind of a reboot aimed at a newer audience. Thought I might as well try it. Loved Second Son. Did like 6 playthroughs of the game. Liked First Light quite a bit. Not as much as Second Son, but generally liked these. Got these. There was a very annoying bug on Second Son where the trophy for finishing it on the hardest difficulty didn't ping for me, so I beat it on the hardest difficulty 4 times to get this platinum. I was doing a full hard mode playthrough a day. I probably have one of the fastest hard mode speedruns on that game. I started beating it in a ridiculously fast time because I had done like 4 playthroughs. Inscription. This was one of those rare addictions for me. I played about 8 to 10 hours of Inscription every day for the full 2 weeks I was going for the platinum. I'm really into card games. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot. I have hundreds and hundreds of hours on that game. But Inscription scratched the roguelike itch, which is my favourite genre, with card game itch. Meshed those two together into such an original indie game. Such a beautiful indie game. I'd probably give it closer to an 8 out of 10 because there's one trophy where you've got to beat the mode with all skulls turned on. It's kind of like Halo skulls if you played Halo. And I didn't look up any guides. I wanted to do it fully myself with my own build. And it took me, I think it was 284 attempts, so I do not know why this is only a 5 unless you're using a cheese. I've never googled if there is a cheese for this, but that one trophy took me over half of the platinum time, like 30 hours of just doing runs of that mode. Jeanne d'Arc is actually the only reason you're even seeing this video now. I hadn't uploaded in about 4 years. And then Jeanne d'Arc came to the premium. I had no idea what Jeanne d'Arc is. The only reason I played it is because it looked really French, and I thought the name was weird. And I looked at it, and I hadn't ever played Final Fantasy Tactics, but I quite like the tactics genre, kind of style of game. So I thought, it's a weird French-looking tactics style game for the PSP. Never heard the name. I'm going to just go in blind. Got really addicted to it. Played it like 5 hours a day for like a month. And then I was one of the first people, because it didn't have trophies back on the PSP, I was one of the first people to beat the game and get to the platinum. And there are some trophies that when I got them were 0.1%. They were 0% only a couple hours before I got them, but I was one of the first people to get a couple of the hardest trophies in the game. And I remember I received a message on PlayStation. I don't know if you're watching this vid. I did tell him I have a channel. But hello, if you're watching this vid, I won't shout out your PSN here on the off chance you don't want me to. But I received a message on PlayStation off a dude being like, hey, I just saw on PSN profiles, you're the most recent guy to get this trophy. How do you get the trophy? And I was confused why he was asking me this. I was like, I remember I messaged him back and said, I could help, but is this not just a quicker solution if you just look it up on YouTube? And then, out of curiosity, while I was waiting for him to respond, I Googled the mission. I didn't get a single search result. I googled trophy guides for Jeanne d'Arc, and there were none. There was not a single guide I could find on any of the trophies. There was not a single video on how to do the specific mission. That was a very obtuse way of solving it. The trophy description's quite vague. Yeah, and then I was like, I see your problem. And we were kind of joking about it. I spoke to him a little bit. We were joking about it. I was like, I'm beginning to see a problem here. There are no guides. And then I was kind of sat there thinking, I could be the guide. This is the only time in my entire channel's life I have it's so rare in life you get to be the first to anything. And I was sat there like, regardless if they get 1 view each, because I doubt anyone's going to Google them, I could be the first person to just make a guide for this trophy. I made, I think, 10 or 12 Jean d'Arc vids in total, just for some of the more obscure trophies. I'm so proud of the mini-series. It's had a couple hundred views per vid, and I'm so grateful to everyone that's watched that series. It was a passion project. And I sent him a link to it, was like, I've just uploaded it to YouTube, I'm like the only guy here. And I don't think it's the case anymore, but for months, if you googled Jean d'Arc trophy guide, I would be the only search result. It was like, my 10 videos would be the top 10 results you'd get, and then I think it was a Watch Dogs 2 tutorial directly under me. And it felt so good just telling my friends, hey, could you just search up, Jean d'Arc on the internet? And they'd be like, okay. And they'd be like, whoa, because they just see I'm the only search result. And it was really cool. It was nice. It was a cool moment. But yes, I'll have to speed for a few of these now because I just took like 5 minutes just talking about Jean d'Arc. Job Simulator, it's same as Accounting Plus. There's not really anything to talk about. Platinum this in 1 sitting. Did that in 2 sittings. Fun VR game. Kena Bridge of Spirits. I heard this was meant to be an impossible platinum that people were having to bug because apparently it was nightmarishly difficult on hard mode. I don't fully get what people are talking about. I only died 5 or 6 times getting to the last boss. Last boss, I will fully agree, on nightmare difficulty or whatever the hardest difficulty was called, did take me like 50 tries. But the rest of the game I thought was quite easy. I was first or second trying most areas. Some of the bosses took 4 or 5 tries, but I don't think it's as hard as most hard modes for other things. Like, you can just archer them from the other side of the room and not really have to use your spear at all. Like, I just didn't think this was too hard. Knack 2, love Knack. If the first Knack didn't have a stupid finish the game 10 times requirement for the platinum, I would have it. Knack 2, I like a lot. Lego, I used to be a big fan of Lego. I'm not as much anymore. The platinums, I did just platinum this the other week, but that's because it was a nostalgia pick. My lecturer at university actually worked on the original Lego Star Wars original trilogy. He would often speak about it. But yes, I went to university and studied development of video games, and my lecturer worked on a lot of the old projects for TT, and it was really cool just seeing him talk about little things he added here and there, and it was cool. But yes, so this was more of a passion play. I just wanted to re-experience the game again. I hadn't played it since the PS2. But yes, I've gotten kind of bored with the Lego formula a little bit. They do get quite stale once you platinum this many because they're all the exact same platinum. Just get all the mini kits. But I like them. I like them all. My favourite of all time is still Lego Batman 2. Love that game so much. Just exploring the open world, building like the Batwing and flying around in it. It's beautiful. This open world is so like fun to screw around in. But yes, love them all. Love them all. Guardians of the Galaxy, again a Telltale game, not much to say, you beat the game, you get the plot. Love the Spider-Man games. I have them all, both PS4 and PS5 versions. Sadly, there's no PS4 version of Spider-Man 2, I don't believe. But beautiful Spider-Man games, arguably the best Spider-Man has ever been in terms of just playing stuff. But fantastic series, got the platinum, got all the DLC trophies for all of them. Just a fantastic series. Meme Run 2. This is shovelware, but the reason I got this one is in the peak of university, I was only having maybe an hour a week to play video games, maybe, and I hadn't pinged a trophy for about 3 months, and I was feeling so just drained one week. I'd done 12-hour sessions of work for like a month straight, every single day, no breaks, and there was one night where I was like, I just want to hear the trophy ping noise for a bit of serotonin. I don't want to try booting up any story game because I don't have time to get into anything. What's on the... God, hiccups. What's on the store right now? I saw Meme Run was like, screw it, it looks like a fun game. I didn't know it was a shovelware game when I first saw it, I just thought it was a joke game. I bought it, started pinging trophies left, right, and center, and I was like, oh, this is one of those games. But I had a really fun hour. It was a brain cell killing hour. I'll put a bit of gameplay up on screen.
No, I graduated top of my class in the Navy SEALs. I have over 300 confirmed kills.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. You are a noob. You are a noob. You are a noob. You are a noob. You are a noob.
No. But yes, it was a fun plot, but I didn't realize it was shovelware when I bought it, but it did its job. I got my serotonin, I had a nice juicy like hour of just, so that's what trophies are. But yeah, fun. Shadow of Mordor, one of my favourite games of all time. Shadow of War was actually the first game to make me question Skyrim for the #1 spot. It nearly knocked off its pedestal, didn't quite, but I loved Shadow of War. Shadow of Mordor is the first platinum on this account. It's not my first platinum ever. I unfortunately lost access to my original PSN account from the PS3. So when I got my last platinum I got on my old account was Shadow of Mordor, and then I lost my account and I had to re-platinum it at the start of this account. So I got the Shadow of Mordor plat basically 2 times within a month, and then like a decade went by and I saw the Game of the Year edition a few months back had a different trophy list to the original, so I went and platinumed it again. Great. Minecraft, fun. Everyone knows Minecraft. There's not much to say about it. You beat the Ender Dragon, you get the platinum. It's nice and simple. I've done it twice. Nice and fun. This, again, was during the year when I was just going for shovelware platinums. I hate these are on my list, but they're there. Every trophy hunter has... Well, most trophy hunters usually have this on the... It's kind of like a rite of passage for a trophy hunter, just like have this because it's just there. No Man's Sky, a bad platinum, a fantastic game, but a really boring platinum. Basically, get rank 1 in everything, get rank 2 in everything, and get rank 3 in everything. Just scan like 1,000 rocks for rank 1, 5,000 for rank 2, 10,000 for rank 3. Buy stuff for rank 1, 2, and 3. It's simple, it's a grind of a plat, but it's a really fun game. I love No Man's Sky. Pal World, I just got a week ago. Me and a friend 2-played it. Probably the grindiest platinum trophy in the history of platinum trophies. Craft 10,000 spheres, smelt 20,000 ingots, make 20,000 arrows, catch 1,000 pals. It's all just big number trophies. Do 10,000 of this, 10,000 of this, 10,000 of this. I don't know why the numbers are so big. The last day of this game was painful. We had all the trophies except for a lot of the grindy ones, so we just put like 20,000 arrows on the crafting table and just let pals make that till that trophy pinged. Same for spheres, just chucked 1,000 of the cheapest sphere on the crafting table, let pals make those until it pinged. It was a grind, but it was a very fun 2-player. I don't have almost any 2-player platinum, so this was just a really fun 2-player platinum to go for. Oh, Persona 5 Royal. I was not expecting to love this game as much as I did. This was one of those games where I kind of needed breaks in between sessions because I would just get so engrossed, but then I'd kind of need a breather because it'd be a lot. It's a lot to commit to. It's 120 hours of just campaign. There's nothing else. It's just story for 120 hours. There's not much deviation. I don't know if I'm ever going to replay it, or if I do, it'll be a long time, just because it's very one and doney in the way of it's just a masterful story, but a lot of it is just figuring out the plot and developing your bonds with your friends, so I don't think a second playthrough will have as much charm as just getting to know the characters and stuff. But I would play it for 8 hours a week. There'd be one day each week I'd be like, this is Persona Day. Play it for 8 hours. What would take like a week or so to play the stuff. Play it for another 8 hours. And I did that for a few months. Got the platinum in one playthrough, which I was really proud of. It's got a lot of missable trophies, so I was scared I'd miss it. I actually got the last missable trophy. I googled it on the last day and last hour of the day you could get it on. To get the true ending for the final trophy, there's a certain character you've got to max your friendship stat with by a certain date. I was so scared I was going to miss the trophy, and I was just showering him with presents and praying to the shrine to get his happiness up. And on the literal last available hangout sesh, I picked all the right dialogue options, increased his happiness rank, and got the ending on literally the last day I could get it. If I didn't get it there, I didn't have a backup save, I would have had to do a full 120 hour playthrough again. But I got the plat in one playthrough. It was a beautiful just platinum just experience. One of my top 10 games of all time. It's the only game of that style in my top 10, but it is a beautiful game. I'm looking forward to the remake of 4 when that comes out. This was my introduction to the Persona franchise. I'm going to play 4 and platinum that when it comes out, then go back and do 3. Hoping they do the first 2 as well, but beautiful game. I did also just start Strikers, which I'm only like an hour in at the minute, but I'm looking forward to Strikers. You're probably wondering why I just sighed. Plants vs. Zombies was one of my favourite indie games of all time, still is. It is the only video game anything ever which has made me actually throw up. I vomited getting this platinum trophy, which even explaining the context is going to sound weird, but I vomited getting this platinum trophy due to stress. And a lot of you are probably like, it's Plants vs. Zombies, what was stressful? Well, let me tell you. There's a trophy on the game, really unassuming trophy, just standard trophy, for I think it's get to wave 40 in the endless mode. And that seemed really easy. Every video I was looking up, people were like, with this method, it's always the same. Usually endless mode always spawns pretty much the same things every wave for every player that plays it. So if you know a strategy that works, it will always work. It's not really got much randomness to it. So all the guides were like, not only will this get you to wave 40, you can get to wave 100, 200, borderline infinite if you use these strategies and just put the plants exactly how they are here. But for me, it had bugged, and it was a quite widespread bug at the time. I got the platinum trophy, which is, it spawned gargantuans and a bunch of the strong zombies way sooner than it was supposed to. So you did not, it spawned basically like wave 100 to 200 level difficulty waves at wave 40, so you could not beat it. It would just kill you. It would be infinite zombies, infinite ice machines, infinite gargantuas. And regardless what setup you were using, you were never going to beat it because it was just a generally endless wave. And it was a bug, and there was no fix for it. The only fix was purging your entire save file and playing the whole game again, 2 full playthroughs to unlock all the plants, and then trying endless mode again to see if it had fixed. And for me, it did not fix, and did not fix, and did not fix, and did not fix. And I did, in total, I think 20 to 24 playthroughs of Plants vs. Zombies. Actually, that's probably a bit much. It's probably closer to 16 to 18 playthroughs of Plants vs. Zombies in about a week. I don't know why I wasn't taking breaks. I was very stubbornly just getting so annoyed that this wasn't pinging. I was waking up, doing 4 hours on the game, beating it, having food, taking a quick break or two, doing another 4-hour playthrough for New Game Plus, having one try at it. It would still be bugged. I'd go to bed so annoyed. As I was getting to bed, just very aggressively delete the save file. Next day, wake up, do 2 playthroughs. I did that for a fortnight, so I did about 18 to 20 playthroughs maybe. And then I was getting so just drained. I hadn't played anything else in weeks. I was already ill at the time I got the platinum anyway. I think I had either a cold or a stomach bug, I can't remember. And then, but I had not thrown up with this illness yet. I felt like I was going to, but nothing had really made me throw up. I just felt kind of uneasy. But when the platinum pinged for me, it did several glitches all at once, which stressed me out so much. So I realized it was still bugged. I was going to die. All the lanes had used all the lawnmowers. I was about to lose. A zombie walked into the house, but as the game over screen appeared, and the guy goes, "No!" and then the game over screen appeared, the "You completed wave 40" screen appeared, overlaying the game over screen, and then the "Choose your plants for the next wave" screen overlaid that, and then the game froze. I don't know what happened. It finished the wave somehow as I died. It broke. I don't understand what happened. The game just... And then the game froze. It did too much at once. Crashed. There were like 6 menu overlays. I couldn't press anything. It froze. I had to take the battery pack fully out of the Vita. It would not turn off. I had to just unscrew it, take the battery out. Yes. Actually, no, I don't think I took the battery. I think that was the PSP I'm thinking of. The PS Vita, I think I just had to let it die. It would not turn off. I couldn't be asked unscrewing it. I think it was the Vita did this. I did something to get the Vita to turn off. And then I didn't go on the Vita for a day because when the game crashed, I went and threw up in the sink. I just felt so ill from the crash and the stress of all the pop-ups, and I was already ill anyway, so I threw up. And then, just randomly checking my trophy list a few days later, I just noticed I had the Plants vs. Zombies plat. It had pinged. I don't know what happened. I didn't see the ping. The game had crashed. The Vita had broke. And, it apparently worked. I got it. Sick. Great. Sick and actually sick. But, yeah, I got the Plants vs. Zombies plat. There's really nothing else to say about it. I threw up. The Quake Platinum... I don't like Quake. I'm not a fan of the kind of Doom genre of shooters. Love the music, love watching people play Doom, but it's another kind of God of War situation where I just don't like that style of shooter. I'm much more of a single-player, story-driven kind of shooter guy, like Borderlands. You know, one where I can grind for loot, like the looter shooter genre. Like I like Destiny, I like Borderlands, that kind of shooter. I don't really like the kind of mass enemies running through hordes, you're going through a designated stage kind of game. I'm not that kind of guy. I love watching them. I love watching you play them. I love the soundtracks. I have a few on the playlist, but I don't like the gameplay. The only reason I got Quake 2 platted is because I'm trying to get a platinum or two for every letter of the alphabet, and there are really not many options for Q. I didn't want to buy a quiz shovelware 1 hour platinum. Quake seemed like the quickest option of what is an actual proper game for the letter Q, so I got Quake 2 platinumed in like a week. I did it basically in 2 days. But yeah, it was not much to say about it. Didn't really like it, but I got it. I got the platinum. I just bobbed it on easy mode and sped run the game very fast. I run past most enemies, but it was okay. I don't mind Quake. It was an okay game. Ratchet and Clank. Love these two Ratchet and Clank games. This one was actually the main thing that got me into the series. I did play Tools of Destruction stuff on the PS3 and the original one on the PS2, but I wasn't a huge fan. I liked them, I beat them, I just didn't really get hugely invested. This got me properly into the series, and Rift Apart is my favourite Ratchet and Clank game. I platinumed it in literally 2 sittings. It's a very short platinum, but this is a masterclass of showing off what your console can do, just showing the load times of what the PS5 could actually handle. This was a masterclass. Beautiful game, beautiful, just everything. Very original style of Ratchet and Clank game. Rocket League, I actually did in 1 day. I pinged 1 trophy and then didn't play the game for months, and then when I decided, I don't know who's taking 50 hours, I got the platinum in literally a day in a single sitting, or at least without turning the console off. You can, for those of you that don't know and are going for the Rocket League Platinum, get 90% of the trophies in a private lobby against an open net. I took off all bots, I was on my own. You can get pretty much every trophy for getting different goals and trick shots against a fully open net with no keeper. Just get 2 controllers, one of you set up the shot, you just keep kicking it into the net. I got 80% of the trophies in about an hour, and then the only trophy that was left was win a tournament, which I just put on easy and beat it in like half an hour. And then I just rubber banded the controller and let my car drive in a circle while I went to bed. Woke up, had the platinum. It took literally 1 sitting. Very, very easy platinum. I like Rocket League though. Got like 80 hours on the game. Just generally dip in once every 2 or so years for just a few matches. Fun game. Don't mind Rocket League. Rockets, Rockets, Rockets. Another one of those shovelware games I got during the shovelware phase. Saints Row the Third, my personal favourite Saints Row game. Really bad platinum. Again, just minigame central. I hate minigames, and I hate when a game just has so many minigames. Unfortunately, they were a big part of the campaign in 3 as well, but I love 3. The humour is so good. The gameplay is nice. Screwing around and it's fun. Slide, again, during the Shovel War year, where just, again, just it's shovelware. Sonic Frontiers. I hate Sonic Frontiers. Do not know why I platted this. I think I just wanted a Sonic plat. I didn't have any. But it has fishing. When I played it, it was a lot worse at launch than it is now. They've added soundtracks to the game. You can like have a jukebox and change music. That wasn't in it when I played it. That would have made it so much better running around to like the Shadow the Hedgehog theme and stuff. That wasn't in it when I played it. It didn't have any music pretty much at all when I played it at launch. It had a lot of bugs, a lot of falling through the map, a lot of glitches, a very bare bones story and bare bones gameplay. It doesn't even really feel like a Sonic game. It just feels like you've slapped Sonic assets in a just prefab Unreal Engine world, which pretty much was what Frontiers was for the most part. The 2D levels were really good for that very small handful it had, though. The boss fights were also great. The music's superb, but the platinum was really bad. You have to upgrade skills to 99, which doesn't sound like a hassle, but when the game launched, you couldn't upgrade in bulk, so you actually had to manually press 99 times, and there was an unskippable 10-second jingle it played every time. So it took about 30 minutes of just press X, wait 10 seconds for when you leveled up, and then press X again, and then it would just take like half an hour of pressing X. It sucks. So bad. South Park Fractured Butthole. I really liked South Park when I was younger. I have not watched it in years, but I really liked Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole. I might go back to Stick of Truth one day, but really fun platinum. I didn't find much in this too hard. Got all the collectibles, did the endings good. Spyro the Dragon. I like Spyro. I'm only a fan of Spyro 3. I like Spyro 1 and Platinum Spyro 1. but I would have felt wrong getting the Spyro 3 Platinum without getting 1 and 2. I had never played 1 and 2 as a kid, I only owned 3, which is why I've got such big nostalgia for 3, so this was a nostalgia purchase. But I got really burnt out from doing the Platinum on Spyro 1, and I didn't really want to do basically the same Platinum again twice, so I'll just stick with just having 1, even though 3 is my favourite of the franchise. I might go back and do 3 one day, but I'll take Spyro 1, I guess. Fallen Order, great game, terrible plot. Again, that's a shame of a lot of games. Collectibles out the wazoo. There was no fast travel in Fallen Order for whatever reason. They could have updated it in after launch, but they didn't. So every time you don't have a planet, you've got to do a 20-minute trek back to the ship. Sometimes I'd go back to the ship, then realise one of the collectibles had bugged and hadn't actually added, so I'd have to reload the planet and run back again. And there was one planet where that happened. The red planet, I can't remember what it's called, the night sister planet, took me about 5 run-throughs of the same collectible, kept not counting when I got back to the ship. It was one of the plant seeds, I think. And I just kept having to do 20-minute treks back to the ship, and it sucked. But yeah, the game itself's great. I love Carl, I love the world. Just it's terrible platinum. Tales from the Borderlands, Telltale. Do I need to say more about Skyrim? If the VR game was ported to the PSVR 2, I would play it. I don't currently have a way of playing my PSVR 1, I don't have the adapter. But great platinums, I got them all in 60 hours. I don't know why this is saying 125. They're very easy platinums. As you can see, the PS3 was when I fully locked in, got it in 3 weeks. But yeah, when I actually fully did on one account going for trophies, you can get it in like 60 to 70 hours. It's not that long of a game if you just go for trophies. But if you are playing Skyrim, like Skyrim, getting lost, going in caves, if you want to see all Skyrim stuff, check out the channel. But yeah, this sparked a whole YouTube career for me. Well, not career, but a whole YouTube passion for me of making Skyrim tutorials, Skyrim guides, Skyrim Easter eggs. I could talk about Skyrim all day. Playroom VR, really, really fun 2-player VR game, fantastic. Telltale Walking Dead, good. The Witcher 3, fantastic game. Took me 3 or 4 tries to get into it because the bloody barren area at the start is very slow. Once you get past that hump, very good. Definitely not a 7 out of 10, 110 hour. Again, I got it in 70 hours, 65 I think, one playthrough. I'd give it maybe if we don't count missable Gwent cards, or if you're using a guide for missable Gwent cards, I'd say it's a 3 out of 10 difficulty. I had 2 deaths. I had 2 deaths? I had 3 deaths that I can think of on my entire Nightmare difficulty. Not Nightmare, Blood and Bones difficulty? No. Death March? Yeah. I had 3 deaths on Death March. One of them falling off a tiny drop that killed me. That used to be a big problem with the game. Second death was a room full of smoke where I used Igni, didn't realise it was flammable, so I blew up. Third death was an actual, I got hit by an enemy where I was, there's a plane. I didn't realise the enemy was like 10 over my level when I ran past it in the woods, so I tried fighting it, got hit, insta-died. Those were my only 3 deaths. You cannot get hit in this game if you're dodging backwards. I don't know why people think it's insanely hard. There's a skill that you get at level 1 when you get your first skill point at level 2. When you gain your first 1 level, there's a skill you can get which basically gives you infinite health regen for the whole playthrough. 1 piece of food you eat lasts 20 minutes of health regen. So just bulk buy water and bread and you will have enough heals within the first hour to last you the entire run. And then you just dodge backwards whenever you get hit for 20 seconds until you're back on full health. And I did that for the entire run, and it was really easy. I didn't die to a single enemy normally in the entire game. A last boss, I literally hitlessed. It's a very easy last boss. I just didn't find this game difficult at all. I've still never played the DLCs. I've just downloaded the PS5 version of The Witcher 3. I will be going for the DLC trophies. But yeah, I didn't find it difficult. I just don't get... I struggle with games people didn't struggle with, like Plants vs. Zombies, where I actually threw up getting the plot. But Witcher 3 and Bloodborne and a bunch of those games, I just don't find them that difficult as Platinums compared to other people. This is a DLC for Borderlands 2. For some reason got re-released as a standalone. It's the only Borderlands plot I didn't have, so I did want to go back and get it just for the sake of getting it. And to give myself a little dopamine hit playing Borderlands again. But yeah, I don't know why they released this. It sucks. It's just a much worse Borderlands 2 because it's just one of the DLCs on its own without all of the wonderful main game. So yeah, it's just a really restricted Borderlands 2. You've got to beat it several times, which sucks. considering it's just a 4-hour long DLC. Wonderland's an okay game, a very bad platinum. Without glitches, this would take about 300 hours. With glitches, you can get it in like 40 hours, but you've got to max upgrade all your backpack space, which costs literally more than the max money times like 10. So you just have to money farm for like 100 hours. It sucks. I money farmed for about 10 hours and I wasn't even a tenth of the way through the upgrades yet, so that gives a gist of how long it would have actually taken. So yeah, I just did the duplication glitch, got that trophy, and it still took about 3 hours using the duplication glitch, duplicating money. But I got it just to finish the Borderlands set off. Very bad platinum, fun for a one playthrough, but not a great Borderlands game in all honesty. Totally normal journey. This game was great. Is it a cheese platinum? Yes. Did I have a lot of fun with this? Yes. It's basically a YouTube poop if a YouTube poop was a standalone game. It's such brain rot, but me and a mate saw it on the store, ordered some takeout, played this for an hour as we ate takeout. It's just a nonsensical, musical. It's just, if you haven't played it and you see it on offer for, it's not worth like a tenner or whatever it sells for. I bought it when it was on offer for like £1. If you see it on offer for like £1, buy it. It's just a fun dopamine, dumb brain rot. I enjoyed it. It was funny. Trevor Saves the Universe. I did this whole thing in PSVR. Really, really fun. Just great VR game in general. Just way better in VR. I tried playing it out of VR and I just couldn't. VR makes this game so much better. Just Rick and Morty VR, basically. Uncharted. I'll explain Uncharted in a second. Undertale. Now, I have the platinum for Undertale, but I have never finished Undertale. I've never even half finished Undertale. The platinum trophy for this game is possibly the worst platinum trophy in any game I've ever played. Because, now correct me if I'm wrong, the story I believe behind it is the creator of this game really hates achievements. For whatever dumb reason, he thinks achievements stifle player exploration and stifle just fun of video games, which he is fully missing what trophies and achievements are there to do. Trophies are there to encourage you to keep playing once the game is done, and even if you're not a trophy hunter, they offer just a little bonus extra reward for just playing the game normally. Just you finish the campaign, you're getting a little dopamine badings every so often saying, well done, you beat this. Here's a little thing to display on your profile to say, hi, I like this game, I've beat this. And there's a lot of times in games I learn things I didn't know about the game. I'll do all the side quests and fully 100% a game on hard mode, and I'll see I've still got a few hidden trophies left that I haven't got, so I'll unhide them to be like, what could this be? And I'll learn about a secret boss that's not part of a side quest that I didn't know about, and it will give me more to do in the game. Sometimes they make you speedrun the game or do challenge runs and just make you just try things you wouldn't have otherwise tried, play the game in ways you would never have played without a trophy asking you to do it. And they're great. For some reason, he hates trophies, which if you hate trophies, that's completely fine. You don't have to like trophies. But why put them in the game if you don't like them? Because he made them deliberately terrible in Undertale to try and encourage people not to go for the trophies. But as a platinum hunter, who I like hunting platinum trophies, I did not have a platinum for the letter U yet, and this was the shortest actual game that had a platinum. And I didn't know it was bad at the time. I just knew Undertale was popular. I hadn't played it. I knew the Undertale theme that did it. I knew Sans and the meme with his sparkly eyeball. Like the way he talks. And I bought the game, was excited to go for the plat, and the platinum is basically just insulting you for getting the platinum. Like, if we look at the trophy names, it's all just stuff like, don't you have anything better to do? Don't worry, I have lots of ideas for trophies. And it just insults you for getting the platinum. And basically what it is play through the game until about the midway point without spending a single penny. You have to do this pretty much without spending a penny or getting an upgrade or doing anything, because you've just got to hoard your money. And then when you get to roughly the midway point of the campaign, you just throw all your money away, and that's the platinum. It's just a lot of throw 100 coins away, throw 125 coins away, 155 coins away. So it's just get halfway through the game and then ruin your save file, get rid of all your campaign's worth of earnings, and just basically screw your save file over, and just get insulted for it with him just saying, don't you have anything better to do with the cool guy shades on the dog? And it just basically spits in your face for getting the platinum. Cheers, I guess. Thank you for playing the game. I get you don't like trophies, but don't take your dislike for something out on someone else's. Like, your hate for something should never take away from someone else's enjoyment of something. If you don't like a game, don't go in comment sections and spam hate to other people that like the game. If you like a game they don't like, don't spam a hate video with like, this game's actually fantastic, what are you talking about? Just let people enjoy what they enjoy. This guy couldn't do that and just wanted to also make people who wanted to platinum hunt this game also dislike the trophy journey like he does. Why? Just don't put trophies in it at all and let people do exactly what you like, which is just play the game, not for the trophies but for the game. Why put them in it at all if you're just going to make them bad? Because this was made as painful as it could be. Every coin you had to donate individually and watch a little unskippable. So this was legit. If you can see the timestamps, this was about 40 minutes of just throwing all my money away. And every 5 or 6 coins, a pop-up text box would come up being like, are you seriously going to waste all your coins just for trophies, huh? And every time a trophy popped up, it would give me a message just being like, seriously, are you still going? You're really going to do this just for a trophy? Can't you just play the game? And I was like, just let me enjoy the platinum, please. And I hated this platinum. It's made me permanently never want to go back to Undertale again, which is the opposite effect of, I think, what he wanted. But I've watched playthroughs of the game. I respect the game for what it is. It looks really fun, but I don't think I could go back and play the game without thinking about that terrible 5 hours I put into it, not spending any of the money. I should have done a normal playthrough of the game first, but I was really strict on time when I played this because I was obviously in the university course. I didn't have much time. But it ruined it for me. So Uncharted I got purely for, I did not want Undertale to be my only U-Plat, and I really like the Uncharted series, and I just thought, screw it, I haven't played 1 in a while, I'll go do 1. So I re-downloaded it. I'd never played the remaster. So for 3 weeks I just chipped away at that, got that platinum. Good game, I love Uncharted. I'm currently replaying Uncharted 4. Uncharted 3, great game. Vampire Survivors, one of the best indie games of all time. I have 100 hours played on this game. I had all 221 trophies on the game, which is insane to think about. I have done every single DLC, 100%, all items, all endings, just fully rinsed every map, all DLCs. Until about a month or two ago when they released a new DLC. I don't think I'm going to go play it. I have other stuff on the backlog. But for a time, I had all trophies on this game. Great indie game, one of my top 10 of all time. Great game. I needed a Y Platinum, so I was trying for so long to find a Yu-Gi-Oh! Platinum. It said Legacy of the Duelist did not have a Platinum when I checked. I own Legacy of the Duelist, and it does not have a Platinum. But I saw a trophy video of someone going over his trophy list, and I saw he had Legacy of the Duelist Platinum, and I was really confused until I realized they re-released the game with DLCs included, and for whatever reason, that has a Platinum trophy. It's the same trophy list, it's just this one has a Plat. I don't get why they did that. So now I have Legacy of the Duelist with all trophies not platted, and Legacy of the Duelist with all trophies platted. And yeah, it's a Y plat and a Z plat. I got Z Warp. Really fun indie game. It's only like 1 to 2 hours to platinum. It says I got it in an hour and 13, but I think I got it in 2 hours 40-ish. I don't know why it says an hour and 13. It's a really good indie game. It's basically like Space Invaders on just steroids. It's just a bullet hell arcade style shooter. If any of you want a good bullet hell Z platinum, Z Warp, I highly recommend. Let's have a quick scroll back to the top just to look at the milestones. I'm currently playing Naughty Bear. I'm doing a thing where I really hate how my average completion's 43%. There is a good reason why with this many platinums and trophies it's this low. Back when PS Now was a thing, before Premium was a thing, there was a shuffle feature where you could click the word shuffle and it would pick a random game on PS Now out of the hundreds of games and it would boot it up. And I did that for like a fortnight, where every night I do that 2 or 3 times, play whatever it is for 10 minutes, see if it was any good. So I have like 80 to 100 games on my list that have 1 trophy. from some very obscure indie games or PS3 games or whatever that I don't own. I have no way of continuing to go for trophies on them. And I want over 50% average completion, and I'm trying very, very difficult to do that. If we look at my trophies currently, I'm trying to get every game I play from now on to 50%, which I'm working on very hard. As you can see, I've just got 2 platinums back to back with all DLC trophies. This is very nearly at 50%, currently working on this. Over 50, over 50, over 50, over 50, over 50. I'm trying very hard, and I've made a spin wheel of every game I don't have to 50 on both PS3 and PS5. I'm doing 2 or 3 at a time just to kind of break it up a bit. Currently, I'm doing Naughty Bear, The Binding of Isaac, and Uncharted 4. 3 very long 50%. Binding of Isaac, I've got about 120 hours on, and I'm still not at 50% completion. I've had most of the endings in the game. I'm just trying to twiddle away at the DLC trophies right now. Naughty Bear, with the multiplayer being dead, there's not a whole lot I can do for trophies. I am working on it though. I'm getting a trophy a day on this. Average percent completion on this game is 9, so you can see why it's taking so long. The trophies are very long and very difficult on Naughty Bear, but I'm getting there. I'm doing a trophy a day. In a month, hopefully, this will be a 50%. And then Uncharted 4, I love Uncharted, so I'm happy to get that one. Gonna do a crushing run, get all the collectibles, try and get that game to 50%. But yes, this is my list. Not really much else to talk about. Lego Lord of the Rings wasn't my first platinum, it was Shadow of Mordor. It's just because PS3 doesn't track timestamps anymore, so it thinks this is my first plat when I realistically got this a year ago. But yes, this was a full tour of my trophy list. 475 games played, 10,000 trophies. For anyone who recognizes that quote, I have huge respect for anyone that can recognize what that is from. I get 2.5 trophies a day. I'm an avid trophy hunter. I'm getting so many more than that a day. Currently, I've had 5 platinums this month alone, I think. I just got Star Wars. In the same day, I got Final Fantasy IV and Power World, literally 10th of July, 11th of July, and one being awake session, it went past midnight. I got Power World just before midnight, and then just after midnight, I got Final Fantasy IV. Yes, if you can't tell, I like to ramble. What I've noticed as well, for those of you that don't know and are new to the channel, I do have a very bad stutter. For whatever reason, when I'm rambling, if you see me talking fast, there is a genuine reason why I do talk very, very fast when I'm doing videos. I stutter a lot less when I'm machine gunning words out at light speed. If I stop to think about what I'm saying, I stutter so much more. I'm by no means people shy or introverted. In university, I was usually the one in the group picked to speak in front of the class. So I'm completely fine talking in front of people. But obviously, I'm literally recording and sending things out to the world. But yes, if I talk slowly, I do tend to stutter a hell of a lot more. So when I ramble off and talk really, really fast, I generally just don't stutter, especially when it's something I'm passionate about. My brain just kind of doesn't think about what it's saying and just machine guns words out really, really fast. So yes, if you guys, I do usually get a lot of comments saying, can you slow down? I could, but it will be very inaudible. So I do try and talk fast just so I don't stutter as much. Yes, I do have a stutter. If you guys watch my shorts, I talk a lot slower in the shorts when I'm doing tutorials, and I do not edit out the stutter. I fully leave in all my stuff like that. I'm stuttering again. I try and leave in all my stutters. I don't like to be disingenuous and edit out my stutters. I feel like it makes the videos more natural, you know? Like, I don't like them to feel formulaic or like I'm scripting them too much. I like to feel really organic, and that my guides are just me talking to you guys, explaining how to do stuff. I don't like to feel like, you know, I'm doing it in like a formula or like a system. I like just feeling free flow. Yes, I thought I would spice up with a different style of video. This has been a tour of my entire trophy list, or at least the platinums. It would take us weeks if I went through the whole collection. I don't know if I'll edit this video down. I haven't yet decided as of recording this. If you cannot tell, I recorded this in one take. I have not had a drink. My voice is probably getting worse throughout the video. I have not had a drink in about 2 hours while recording this. I can do this forever. I'm very good at improvisational speaking. A lot of the times the presentations in university, I would not prepare any cliff notes. I would just ramble. And I passed. I passed with a pretty high grade. I'm just generally good at just thinking and just ranting and remembering quotes from stuff and just going off on a tangent. And I could do this all day about anime and video games and all that stuff. So if there is any other videos like this you would like to see, if you want a deeper dive into any particular franchise in my trophy list, or just me to talk about my struggles as a trophy hunter, or do top 10 platinums, top 10 worst platinums, easy platinums, hard platinums, feel free to comment any ideas down below. If you want periodic updates on just games and platinuming and how the Final Fantasy Platinum Hunt's underway, then feel free to leave a comment down below. But yes, guys, that'll be about it for this video. I'm going to go have a very large glass of just something to wet my throat. I am very sore. But yes, thank you all so much for watching. As I said, I'll be back to these Skyrim tutorials after this video. I just wanted a nice break of pace, a nice change of pace. With a nice, I've been watching so many trophy vids in the background while I've been trophy hunting stuff like Naughty Bear and Isaac. So I thought I just wanted to tackle a little trophy video of my own. So here's my contribution to the trophy hunting community. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave any of your best platinums down below, and I will love to talk to you guys down there. I try to reply to every single comment I get. So please leave your favourite or least favourite platinum experiences down below, or what you think of my opinions on the platinums in this vid. Wow, that was an incoherent number. I hope this was audible for you guys. I haven't actually double checked if this is even recording. I just realised I hit spacebar and just kind of prayed my software understood to start recording. If you guys aren't seeing this, I'm going to be pissed, and I will have to sit and ramble for 2 more hours. I pray to God. Please say this is recorded. I'm gonna shrink my browser now, and if I don't see the little red light saying that it's been recording this whole time, or if audio hasn't been recording this whole time, I may not even upload this video. I don't know if I could sit and do this again for 2 more hours. I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully you've seen this video. I cannot stress how panicked I am about shrinking this browser tab. I will see you all in the next video, but for now, peace. Thank you for watching. I'm going to punch something if this hasn't recorded.